Hi, everyone. So I just wanted to kind of give a quick little, tour, I guess you could say, about ways that you could kind of use Screencastify. So, we had the general list on the set of slides. So obviously one way to use your Screencastify is to teach students how to use an app. So right now I have the digital number pieces pulled up here. So here you could kind of take students through if you wanted them to make numbers. There are tools at the bottom of these apps. So, with this blue bar down at the bottom, you could teach them, how to utilize those. And then don't forget that you actually have some really cool tools right over here. It's this gray bar. Those are the Screencastify tools. So let's say, for instance, you created a number. I'm just going to quickly throw out a number here, and you wanted to perhaps talk a little bit about how many tens and how many ones are in this number. So yes, there is a way for you to, on this app that I'm using, to use the T down here with the text tool, and I could actually type it in. But maybe you want to kind of use or utilize these Screencastify tools. So I could actually come down here, and let's say I wanted to use the pen. I could click the pen. You can always change the color of the pen depending on what you're looking for. I always like darker colors just so the kids can see it. And then there's always that little trick that many of us learned in the spring, that once you start writing, so let's say I wanted to write 3 tens. So I'm using my mouse. And as you can see, it's not, the neatest in the world, right? So we did notice that over the spring, we can actually pause what we're recording, fix things the way that we like them, and then continue the video. So if I pause this, I'm going to come back on in a moment. You'll notice a little skip in transition. So you'll notice that there was a pause, but then you'll see just some better, things will look a little bit better over here. So let me do that for you. I'm going to push pause. So as you can see, I used the Scholastic, oh my goodness, the Screencastify tools, and I wrote in 3 tens are 30, and I wrote 4 1s. Now, if you wanted to still continue this, you could technically just say, okay, well, and that equals 30, 4 as best you can. But this is one way to utilize Screencastify. Another way that I could do it is simply, maybe I need to show students a website. So I could walk them through a website. I could show them where to get certain resources, how to find things. So that's just some of the ways. You could also, of course, record yourself doing a lesson, which can be tricky. So that's why these amazing Screencastify tools down here at the bottom work wonders. Because if you do need to pause, do something, you can always do that. So again, we have showing students how to use an app, showing them or bringing them through a website. You can record yourself doing a lesson. You could even just record yourself if you just need to give some directions on how to do something. So many different ways to use Screencastify. I know this is the small tutorial, but there are way more out there. I'll talk about it today, a little bit more during our time together, but just know that, right on the Screencastify.com website, there is right under For School, there are a bunch of webinars, resources, courses. You can actually become a master at Screencastify. There are courses that you can take for free. So I highly recommend that you dive deeper if this is something that you're interested in. All right, everybody, happy Screencastifying.